afternoon. I hope your Wednesday is going well. I'm Julie Broughton. It is 12:35. This is Take 6. It's when we get to spend a little bit of time together after the new newscast and tell you what we're working on that you will see on our newscast later today. And on Wednesdays, we always love to check in with our friend Erik von Ancken, who is always a busy man out and about working on so many things, getting results in the home, protecting our community. You wear many hats, Erik, so we're always happy that you take a little time to talk to us.
Thank you, Julie. Always happy to join you. I'll have you know that after our cell service um, debacle last
Yeah.
week in Montverde, we made it a point just for you and Take Six, and for anyone tuning in during their busy lunch hour, to find an area along I-95 that has cell service in abundance. So hopefully this is better today.
That is dedication. We love that. And today you're telling us about you're protecting our community story, a really great story. You were talking about compassion cards, which are special debit cards that some police officers carry for special situations. And you talked to a family that this really made a big impact on them.
Exactly right, Julie. And we followed up with Sanford because they were the first agency that made us aware of these compassion cards, as they call it. And it's not that other agencies don't do this. It's just that there are few, and Sanford makes it a point. What you're looking at right here is, so this young lady and her little boy and her baby boy were helped out by the Sanford Police Department at a time when, excuse me, she really needed it. So that's her baby there. She had to leave a situation. Without getting into too much detail, it was a difficult domestic situation, and she wasn't being allowed to leave. And one of her fears was she couldn't leave with her children, and if she could leave with her children, even with the help of police, she wasn't allowed to take anything. So that car seat that you're looking at right there is because the Sanford Police Department not just did it, but they did it right. So they went to her house and escorted her out of that difficult domestic situation safely with her son, her 5-year-old, and her little baby. And that's when they realized that she's got nothing. So the officer right there, Officer Llanos is her name. She reached into her pockets and started thinking, okay, how can we help her? And then a supervisor showed up and pulled out that compassion card. And you just saw it there. It's a debit card, basically, and it's got a few dollars on it. Um, it is for situations like this. So they went to Walmart and they started buying clothes for the baby. They went to Target. It turns out they didn't need to buy it from Target because Target recognized the situation and Target donated that car seat for the little baby. And because of that, she was able to get to a new place, start driving her car herself with her little baby safely in the car seat. They also bought supplies. They bought things like formula, food for her son. She has now a job. And Julie, really, this comes down to, like I said, officers not just doing what they need to, but doing not just, what they should do. I mean, I guess that's up for interpretation, but really doing anything that they can. And they knew that compassion cards, these cards are part of what they can do. And the
Yeah.
way this works out is they got an agreement with the city, and the city gives them about $40,000 a year, Sanford we're talking about, to do community outreach. And so they recognize these cards as outreach, so they can help more than just this lady.
Yeah, and now this woman and her family, they have a whole new life. And she looking at that video of you talking to the family, she looks so happy. And you just imagine the relief. I mean, think about you're in a horrible situation and you can't take anything for you or your baby and you can't drive because you don't have a car seat. I mean, it's hard to imagine that situation, but this just made all the difference for her.
Right. And, I don't know the specifics, and the ones I do, I'm not at liberty to share, but she couldn't drive because she didn't have the car seat, but also because of the domestic situation. So this is, as you said, literally, well, not literally, figuratively, a whole new life for her. All these experiences. I will tell you, just as some more background here, it was a little bit of a difficult interview for us. The lady's name is Lamy. She only speaks Spanish. I believe she's from, was it Honduras? Guatemala?
Honduras, yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, Honduras or Guatemala. She's only been here a few months. I do speak Spanish, but it's limited. Um, Clearly, she was afraid. She was afraid of law enforcement. She's afraid of big, ugly people like me and Jeff. She's afraid of the camera. Um, the way this came about is the Sanford Police Department reached out to her because in a side conversation with the chief one day during one of our previous stories, I asked about the compassion cards because we had reported on them having these cards and making them available. And the chief said, yeah, it's going really well. Actually, one of my officers just told me a story about how there was a lady that we rescued. And I said, well, tell me more. And so started chatting with the public information officer, and I said, this sounds like a really difficult situation, but would you be willing to go to this young lady and ask if she would go on camera with us and do an interview? You could certainly interpret, you could be by her side. Obviously, she trusts you because, you did rescue her. Could you make that request for us? And Julie, she did. And Laimi agreed to get picked up. She didn't want to be interviewed in front of where she now lives for privacy. Obviously, we respected that. The officer brought her over to the police department, and as gently and kindly as I could, I asked her to tell us her story. She was careful with her words. She was limited in what she wanted to say, but the message was there that they changed her life. And Officer Llanos repeated that she has seen it and heard it several times now from Laimi that they made all the difference for this lady for the better.
Yeah. I'm so happy that you're able to update that story and so everyone can see that these cards are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. What time can we see your full story?
6 p.m. tonight, as always, on News 6, and at 6:30 again on our digital newscast, which, as always, airs on clickorlando.com and the News 6 Plus app.
All right. Well, Erik von Ancken, I know you and the crafty cameraman Jeff are very busy working on something today, so I will let the dynamic duo get back to the rest of your day. As always, thank you so much for taking time out and talking to us.
Thank you, Julie. We're going to get back to work. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your lunch. Bye.
All right. Bye. And if you've been outside today, or if you've looked out the window, or if you've watched TV, today is another very hot day, and we've got more heat on the way. We just wrapped up the noon show. Meteorologist Candace Campos was telling us tomorrow we may see record-breaking heat, shattering a record potentially in Orlando that has been in place for 100 years or more. Here is your 7-day forecast. Now for today, maybe an isolated shower here and there. Overall, pretty dry though. 96 today. Remember, the normal high this time of year is right around 86, 87, so we are well a good amount above that, 10 degrees or so. Thursday, 98. That will be our hottest day in the extended forecast. And Friday, 95. Now, Friday into Saturday, we will be tracking a front that will come through, and that will cool us down. It's weird to say that 88 degrees is a cool down, but that's where we are right now. So Sunday, Mother's Day, 88 degrees with a 10% chance of showers. And then Monday and Tuesday, we'll see some of the highest rain chances we've seen in quite a stretch. 88 on Monday, 85 on Tuesday. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells will be with us starting at 4. He will break all of this down for you as we look into your Mother's Day weekend. Lisa Bell, Ginger Gadsden, and I will be with you at 4 as well. If you have any questions or comments for us here at Take 6, head to clickorlando.com/Take 6. Let us know what's on your mind. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you at 4.